Welcome to TNT. I'm your host, whysatanwhy. I'm with my boy, Sonsoyo. How you feeling, dog?
What's up? Welcome back, everyone. It's been a long
Hey.
time coming. We had 1 week break, but now we're back. We came back with a strong episode for you. We got a great lineup. What are we going with today, Satan?
Good matchups right here. We got the Steppers going up against Calf, Surg, and Belize, aka Vaiiya. Some really good teams over here. Solid pick. We got Belize, I think, subbing in. I'm not too sure what's going on over there, but yeah, it's gonna be a nice set of matches right here. We're doing 5 matches, going 5 deep. Win or loss doesn't matter. So these should be some exciting few matches coming up. We got some cool announcements for you guys too about a website. So you want to expand on that?
Yeah, we got a brand new updated website for you that got updated a few weeks ago. But since we took that break, we're doing the announcement now live on air. So we're going to throw you to that promo real quick as we get this game loaded up. We got tons of new features for you. We got maps, overhead maps, true to game. We got a new Apes Pro rank, and we got updated gun data. So check out the promo while we get this game loaded up.
Welcome to the jungle and welcome to Ape Squad's new website. We've got tons of new features for you, including up-to-date weapon charts and our official Apes Pro Rank list. If you appreciate what we're doing, consider supporting the squad by checking out our merch and donation pages. We're also proud to reveal our ultra-high resolution, true-to-game, strategic maps. Keep an eye on this as we roll out new interactive features coming soon. Check us out at apesquad.org. We'll see you in the finals.
Saw him playing medium earlier today with another comp team. I think it's Spring Hour and Nate. And Belize was running medium, and honestly, he was showing up. So I'm excited to see what he brings. Well-roundedness for his team here.
Absolutely. We know all love Belize on the heavy as well. He does his thing as always. We had some crazy plays on Bernal that one time he featured on TNT, jumping in with an RPG. That was super exciting. We are in this Tommy Citadel today.
Yeah, we got this fight breaking out. We see the Steppers get a great spawn. Now they're just going to wait on this D-mat, look for a big RPG. Belize takes a little bit of damage, but it's nothing to scoff at as Calf, that SA-12 taking out Circle and Calf.
Kip with a double kill.
Stepping up. I mean, it's in their name, right, Satan?
Steppers. They stepping all over Vaiiya right there in that team fight.
We're going to be going in, rotating this box all the way over to A. And this is a pretty good position because you have a little bit of high ground. The spawns are relatively predictable. You're either going to go spawn back over near where that vault fight happened. And that's exactly where they spawned. Unfortunate already knows that. He's going to get some early beams as they try to rotate in. Fortunately for them, Unfortunate was a little bit late to that party, and now they're going to be inside this building and making their way over to cash out A.
Right, exactly. Steppers, one of my favorite teams in the PHL. Unfortunate they weren't able to qual for the final set of games. However, still a solid team. Really nice to watch these players play together. They play together really well. Cafaneo taking a lot of damage. He's 2-bar right now. Just Angel trying to int on Calf, but Calf narrowly escapes. Gonna get his regen as well.
As this stalemate continues, a little bait came out from Belize, but he didn't want to commit to it. They're on the high ground now. Unfortunate, Kip now caught potentially on this low ground. Kip running that mesh shield. A little bit unorthodox in this meta. Definitely a winch meta, so especially on this map, I don't know about that one. So we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, Kip jumping in now, trying to stall that point. Cafaneo taking a lot of damage yet again. They're really keeping the light at bay. Just keeping the light away is creating so much value for the Steppers right now. Calf can't really like peel for his team being too bar.
And they need to find a pick quick.
Unfortunately, it's kind of taking some back shots on the side. Not a lot of time on A right here. Vaiiya needs to make a decision and make a decision fast. Cafaneo, 2-bar yet again. He is just taking a lot of shots right there. And he's unable to peel for his team. They're going to have to try to force here. Let's see if they're able to get it. Doshio comes out. Lots of damage on explosives. They get the flip, however. Cafaneo dies. 2 dead on the steppers. This actually worked out in their favor. Kip by himself. Signal by himself. This is a 1v1. He's going to have to go for the flip. Try to bait Signal. Oh, pad stall. He's going to have to stick. He has no option. That is so unfortunate for the steppers. Well played for Vaiiya. That was insane gameplay by Vaiiya. Able to turn it around last second, get the dome shield out, get the goo out, protect whoever is on the point, and they were able to flip right there.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm not even sure where those 2 picks came from. Taking down Just Angel and Unfortunate. I didn't even get to catch that. That happened so fast while they were baiting, and it honestly worked out in their favor. Getting the flip, trading out. And I mean, once you have that medium able to escape the line of sight of Kip, that mesh shield is not going to be able to do much against that. Like, if you have a winch, maybe you can stall, maybe you can winch in Circle and get that flip, but unfortunately, the mesh shield is going to offer not much value there in that 1v1 scenario.
Right, exactly. You're going to have to int in and try to kill him off.
But now, Vault 2.
Yeah, point is tapped. They're just kind of Cafaneo taking a lot of damage. Kip gets healed back up to full. Almost half health here. Now it's 3v2. Vaiiya down Cafaneo right now. Cafaneo is getting pressured insanely right now. He's going to have to try to figure it out and get some value. But Dome Shield comes out on the side of Police. Winch comes out. Kip dies. Police dies. And the steppers step away from this one.
Yeah, they're going to walk away from this pretty happy. They have that Vault 2 in hand. Rotating over to B. This is also yet another good point, but as we saw last cash out A, it did not work out. At this point, you do have the high ground, and if you're able to set up the spawn in this alleyway, it can be rather dangerous. It's going to offer some easy beams. Unfortunate, yet again, set up for that. Let's see if he can get some more value this time compared to last.
Exactly. They opt for a TP in on Vaiiya side. They are under, taking a little bit of damage. Signal is going to get his heal back up. Full up both teams right now. A little bit of damage. Shield beam's coming out. Dome shield's coming out. Circle takes out Unfortunate. Now Cafaneo cleaning up Kip. Just Angel by himself. Will he try to live or will he try to die? He opts to live. Probably gonna play coins. Lots of time on point. Optimal play. Gonna get his. The coins are a thing you use, right? You don't want to not use your coins. Use the coins. So I kind of argue a lot of my team. It's like they're there for a reason, right? Like final round, gotta use them.
Yeah, no, I entirely agree with you. Unfortunately for them, they just got knocked out so quickly. The flip came over, and they're gonna have to use their coins to reset and get back in as a group. Gonna have to try and take this fight yet again. But we're postured up on this high ground. We see them, and now we're gonna take some early shots at Just Angel. That dash getting him out of that whole situation. A sneaky pad may come out. Kip looking for that jump pad RPG, but they drop down, avoiding it, taking the elevator back up. Now they're right above him.
Cafaneo gets taken out.
But yeah, Cafaneo getting knocked out multiple times so early in this game. That reset's gonna come his way.
Ooh, steppers are in trouble. Lots of damage on the steppers. C4 RPG. Vaiiya turning things around. Kip by himself. And that'll be the match. Vaiiya takes game 1. Massive RPG C4 right there. Just knocking out so much HP. Well done by Belize.
Yeah, that was fantastic. And on the scoreboard, we see a little bit of a lopsided game, in my opinion. We see Kip really fragging out with those 6 kills. In my opinion, I thought steppers were winning more of the fights. And Vaiiya just like had the better objective. They came in with such confidence in the fights that mattered and got the flip where they needed to. But overall, I thought the steppers were being more commanding in that entire game.
Yeah, the leaderboard or the leaderboard doesn't really say much about what just happened. Last second steal on the side of Vaiiya for that first point. And we were just mentioning things happen so fast in these high level plays. Like we couldn't, even to a point where like us casting, we can't even really tell what's going on sometimes.
Once you make it over, there's not a lot of pressure on that entry. So if you get inside, you have the time to reset. Not a lot of pressure down low on that entry.
Yeah, exactly. They don't want to lose that high ground up there. They just rather let them reset and re-engage. As we go into this next match, Fortune Stadium. We love it. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, Fortune Stadium, fantastic. This is a relatively even spawn. From my experience looking at these games and watching where people spawn, I think in 3v3 especially, people spawn relatively uneven. One team usually gets the better end of the stick and makes their way, but this is pretty good. Police on the high ground, gonna catch Kip off guard. An RPG lands his way, a winch and a glitch, taking out that buff and destroying Kip. Unfortunate. Now gonna be taken out. And it's just going to be Just Angel. Just Angel, I know he has the aim, but does he have the positioning to take him out?
Does.
It's Belize versus Just Angel left. Now, Just Angel running away and looking for that reset. Belize still wandering around and trying to find Just Angel, and now looking for a reset of his own.
Just Angel, Kip up. He's shooting. Winch comes out. Just Angel's in trouble. Kip takes out Belize. And now, Signal turning things around. Unfortunate ops for a coin here. That was insane right there. That
Did you see that goo play with the Dina? That little flank?
Yeah,
that was pretty nice
clean.
from Signal.
That was clean, yeah.
Belize just hit a winch on, unfortunate, but it did not pull down, obviously, because he's stuck on that wall. He's going to be taken out, and now we're going to be going for the full team reset after the wipe.
Yeah, wow. I'm wondering why Kip is opting for the mesh this time around. I know he was rocking winch almost all of PHL, so I don't know if he's just trying to have fun, try to test out the waters with mesh here. But I certainly think winch is probably the better option for SA12 in this map in particular. So hopefully he can turn things around with the mesh here, make things work for his team.
Yeah, I think it's just a big comfort pick. So like Kip is known to be a mesh heavy. And whoa, shot crazy for
Nail with the beams.
Wow. And we're going to be going straight into this. We see the steppers take control of this high ground, making their way step
you know
by
me.
step
I love me my good old mesh. I love the mesh. I'm a mesh enjoyer. Unfortunate, taking a lot of damage here. He's 2-bar. Gonna get a trade on Calf, though. That is a big pick. They're going to have, the steppers going to have to make plays quickly here. Now Signal in trouble. He's going to be 3-bar. Belize kind of just playing slow. Steppers opting for a flip here.
And a block on the RPG comes out from Kip, but unfortunately instantly hops back on it. No RPG in sight. A goo comes out narrowly missing that stall, and now it's just Cafaneo. Unfortunately, his team had to commit to the fight. Calf, I know he has a sauce, but he unfortunately is outmatched in a 2v1 scenario. Looks like it's going to be the first cash out for the steppers.
The steppers are stepping away with a cash out. Oh. Yeah, honestly, I think Kip offered the flip originally there and then got off and started meshing. That was a good idea, right? You want to bait them in, so I guess it was fine. I think with the mesh, you'd want your teammate to take so you can mesh your teammate, but it worked out at the end of the day. Everything's good to go, so it's not like it matters.
Yeah, and he even blocked an RPG to boot.
Right,
so
right. That was
huge.
massive block right there, exactly. Yeah, Mesh actually really good at blocking those pad RPGs. Unfortunately, taking a lot of that was so fast. He got beamed. Cafanel takes out Kip. Trades on Signal. Now we got a 2v2 situation here. Police taking so much damage. Police in trouble. Police gets taken out. Cafanel by himself. Trying to turn things around. He gets taken out by Unfortunate right there. Unfortunately, gets taken out.
And look at how people are using goo offensively. Throwing that goo, locking Calf in that corner, just so he knows he can get the shots off for free. Honestly, I do like that idea. I've used it a few times, but I haven't really seen it much in comp and haven't seen much viability myself. But honestly, maybe they're onto something.
Right. I think Good's a little strong, but then again, you have something like an APS, right? That's like would completely Like people use like Goose to stall points. Oh, unfortunately taking a lot of damage. But if you had an APS on point, Goo can't really do that, right? I don't know. I think Goo probably needs a nerf. I don't know. Can't really tell.
Look at this. This fight's breaking out in the middle of nowhere because that box came back. They weren't able to TP back to their original gateway. And now they're forced to fight for this box yet again. They could have easily gotten the plug if they just put it in their hands. But now, fighting against the high ground, Sergal and Bleach sitting up there, unfortunately, looking for a fight.
Oh, not the play to add on Bleach right there.
Not the play when the winch is in the hands of Bleach.
Nah, that was not it. I would have stepped away.
Look at this. And now we have Vaiiya holding it down. Now they got control of this. Sergal's going to goo off these triangle pads. Most likely, I mean, if they spawn in while Sergal's over there, I don't think they're going to spawn over in that Engimo building. They're going to spawn over elsewhere, but no, maybe not. So it looks like they do spawn there, and now they're going to have to take a long road all the way over. Going to gateway pad from that Sector 5 sign, get his team right in there. And now they're going to be looking for the reset and the climb up this tower.
Sector 6. Both teams are on even footing right here. It looks like Kip's team is trying to go for a flip. Steppers dropping the point down. Lots of damage on Surge. Sergal gets taken out right there. Oh, Kip's in trouble. Kip gets taken out. We have decent trades here. Police by himself right now. What is he going to try to do? He's going for a res right here. They get the D-man on him, and they will take him out. Now, the Steppers have Sector 6.
I gotta get this flip.
Sonsoyo, I want to ask you a question. What do you think about Goo and like the current state of like Goo in general?
So it's one of two problems in my opinion. It's either D-man needs to be nerfed or Goo needs to be nerfed, and I think Goo should probably go to 1 and see how that affects the meta.
Right.
Honestly, is probably
one
the
with
thing.
A faster
one with a faster charge. See how it goes. Most nades have 1. We're gonna be going up to this high ground, making their way over, gateway padding all the way over into this top floor. He does make it successfully. They only have 30 seconds left on this game. They're gonna be going in to push cash out B. A dome drops, an early dome from Belize. Gonna be playing this low ground and rotating in.
Unfortunately, gets taken out by Sergal. Mediums are down. Kip gets some trades. Steppers turn it around, and they will take game 2 in Fortunate Stadium. We got a 1-1. We got a match here.
Yeah,
this time around.
Going back and forth, 2-0, 2-0 on these maps. So
this time around, Steppers step away with 2-0. We got Just Angel going 7-3. So much value from Just Angel right there. Roller player on the roller, you know what I mean?
Roller player on the roller. I mean, the meta right now seems like having one roller player on your team is the play, either on light or medium. But overall, Winch is going to be the meta pick, in my opinion, on this map.
No, exactly. I believe this is also another map that's also a fan favorite. So such a balanced map. I personally love Sis. Although teams have been able to use this to their advantage in the way they set up sometimes. Like I know over here on this orange space, it could be really hard to push. Lots of ways to flank and take some off angles. But as we go into this match, we got action popping off right now. Sergal in trouble. He's 1 bar. He's going to get healed a little bit. Healed halfway. Sergal still in trouble. Police by himself now. 4 bars. Bubble comes on the side of Kip. No value. Kip takes out Cafaneo. Unfortunate, takes out Sergal. Now, Police by himself gets taken out as well. And the Steppers will step away with the first cash out.
Can we talk about that rollout that the Steppers just had? They came in with such aggression.
Yeah,
Dash gateway over the other side on the high ground. Huge RPG, knew exactly where they were going to spawn at.
Right.
And just came in and sweep the floor with that team. So, wow, what a rollout. Take notes.
Absolutely. They pulled up so fast, taking out Sergal. Took a lot of damage initially on that fight. However, Vaiiya spawns in here looking like they're crossing over in the alleyway right now. Looking like Angel might get some peeks on him. Surprising that he doesn't hear them. He's taking some back shots on Belize. Belize gets half health. Police a little bit in trouble. Gets healed up by Cafanel. He's back on his feet. Looking like steppers are just going to step on top of High right here and just kind of hang out, see what Vaiiya does. Looking like Vaiiya trying to figure out how to approach the situation. They got a pad away, counter pad. Kip kind of pads away, looking like he wants to re-engage on the low ground. Vaiiya opting for a bait right here. They're gonna get the flip. They get the flip. What an amazing steal point. However, Sargo gets taken out right there. Police now in trouble, also gets taken out. And that is just Cafanel by himself. He's not going to be able to do much here. He's going to TP to hide. Sergnal is actually back on his feet. Gets Police back on his feet as well. Now Vaiiya, all up. Police in trouble. Gets taken out again. Sergnal on the high ground right there. Gonna get taken out. Cafanel by himself yet again. I did not see him grab the body. Yeah, he grabbed the body again. Opts for a res. He's going to get taken out rather quickly right there. Not going to have a lot of time on this point. Yeah, I did not see Cav res Sergnal right there. Maybe I wasn't paying attention, but I was like, wait, they're all up. What's going on? What?
I mean, that was a pretty good sneaky spot to steal from, but at what cost? They did end up finding that team and taking out Sergnal.
Right, as they stole.
Grabbing the body and just a little bit of miscommunication from their team. Calf went for the res while Police continued to fight and just did not work out in their favor. If Police could have maybe disengaged, it would have played out better. But honestly, I don't think Police had an exit.
Right. You got to play your life. You got to be able to heal for your team. Police, lots of damage on Police. Police is in trouble. Police turning things around on Kip. Takes out Kip. Sergnal 1 bar right now. Just Angel is also 1 bar. And now Police is just going to clean house. Sergnal just kind of chilling. Unfortunate. Just kind of running away. Going to play the coins. Optimal play. Cafanel on W. Get over here, Unfortunate. Where do you think you're going? Takes out Unfortunate right there. Massive pick. That's going to buy them quite a bit of time to rotate over to 2.
Yeah, honestly, that was a pretty good play because now they get a free 15 seconds on this vault if they tap it anytime soon. That's going to be 10 seconds actually on this vault.
Decent amount of time.
That is still a decent amount of time. The spawn is going to likely come in maybe in the center of the building.
Yep.
It would be my guess over there.
They are there.
That red building.
The red.
Gonna be splitting up, breaking. Just Angel's pretty far. Gonna be going to go to A, like you said. Unfortunate Kip. Gonna be taking a little bit of an off angle as Just Angel pads up close to this glass ceiling. Everyone's making their entry up and taking this high ground. Demounting the glass, gonna be rotating in and looking for this team. Kip just jumps right in. Police narrowly misses a winch, and now he's gonna be a little bit in trouble. Not having a winch against this mesh shield is gonna put him at a huge disadvantage. That's the one advantage that you want as a heavy. Police does get knocked down. Cap down to 2 bar. Sergnal does make his escape. Now fighting a 1v1 versus Unfortunate as the steppers round the corner and meeting back up with Unfortunate. They do take out 2, and now it's a 3v1, stealing the point, and it's going to be Cafanel waiting for those coins coming out from this team. They're going to have 45 seconds left on this point, just about, maybe 50, and they're going to have to rotate in. They're going to have to make this fight quick.
I don't know. The steppers are proving this is their map. They are having such a good time right now. It's looking rather dominant on the side of the steppers. Vaiiya gonna have to turn things around, get it clicking, get things together. You know, they have one more opportunity to try to continue this game and retake this game. They have to clutch up absolutely right now. We have Cafanel in big trouble. He's gonna get taken out. Not the play, Cafanel.
Police now gonna just be playing for crumbs here. Calf getting dropped early on was a huge hindrance to the team's advance onto A, and it's not looking good for them. Getting taken out. At least does get a little bit of a trade on Kip before going down, padding his stats. But yeah, Calf showing out early or getting found. Unfortunately for him, that's gonna be a huge detriment.
Not the best positioning as well. He kind of dashed out in the open. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, yeah, buddy, you're dead.
I mean, without further ado, that's going to be Steppers taking game 3. We're going to be going back to Vaiiya map pick. It's going to be quite interesting to see where they go from here, what adaptations they want to make in this next game. The ball is in their court to make this an even spread all around, so it's all up to them here.
Yeah, I just want to shout out apesquad.org one more time. Go check it out. Got some new stuff over there cooking. If you're just joining here, we just announced it in the beginning of the stream. Apesquad.org got some new features. Go check it out. To his trusty old winch. But yeah, like we said, Mesh can be really good at protecting your team as they try to poke out the enemy team as they cross over.
Yeah, and we're going to be going straight into this fight. Vault 1.
Game 4.
Game 4 of Vault 1 coming out in fashion. Those white outfits that people run, not going to be doing much. I do like the night mode. It does look pretty good, but obviously not as visible as day, but it's going to be a little bit better for the comp players.
Kip burning his entire mesh right there. He is down his mesh shield, and he's half health. Just Angel trying to peel Cafaneo, and Just Angel one shot. Winch comes out. Police in trouble. Kip gets taken out by Police. However, Cafaneo gets taken out by Unfortunate right after that. It's a 2v2 situation. Police RPGs himself, and now Certain by himself. Steppers gets the defib, and they win the game. The fight right there. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that mesh shield, in my opinion, is going to be a little bit better. I think Kip's team, comp-wise, might have a little bit of advantage on this map. It really depends on these cash-out spawns. I do think B is pretty good for that mesh shield. A, maybe not so much. So we're going to be going over there regardless, because that indoor point, people like this. Not a lot of people like that circle point. We're going to be going ahead over in that barn area. That's where the team Vaiiya is going to spawn in. The plug is not coming out. Kip trying to get that plug quickly and regroup with his team. Calf taking some massive damage.
So much damage, yeah. The pike is piking.
And we're going in. Another glitch comes out. Kip running in. Honestly, a little bit scary. 2v1, but that dome
double
getting
kill.
Massive value. Now it's just 1v1. Just Angel cleans up Belize, and it's just gonna look for that res and reset his team, because now they're in control of cash out A. That delayed plug is gonna give Vaiiya way more opportunities to try and retake this point.
Yeah, it looked like Kip wanted to get dematted in. However, unfortunately, kind of left him alone there. Probably try to get some shots on Vaiiya there. So kind of worked out at the end. Vaiiya has decent amount of time here to try to retake. Unfortunate taking so much damage. However, the aim assist heals just went crazy. Now he's back on his feet, kind of. Police taking a lot of damage. Kip in there going crazy. Kip gets taken out, unfortunately. Now it's a 3v2. Just Angel by himself right now. He's not going to make this work. He's going to have to play the coins. They have decent time here. If he plays the coins, he's going to be chilling.
Yeah, and a flip is going to come out. Just Angel knows he needs to stop. The coins aren't going to be enough, most likely. They needed to make an effort there. Just Angel's going to get taken out and wiping for his team. Look,
yeah,
I mean,
right.
That's a really tricky position to be in at Just Angel. Do you go fight? You try and stall them? I think that's the right play.
Right.
They're in the back of his head. Do I just wait for that coin? Do I wait for my team to get back up? I do think that would have been a little bit too late if he did go for that play, so I commend him for the effort that he did try.
Right, it just came down to the wire. Could have opted for either or and decided to just jump in. Now Vaiiya, 1 cash out to 0. Let's see how the Steppers will respond to the pressure right here. Both teams kind of like walking up on each other right now. On the high grounds, Pike on Certain piking right now. Mesh shield comes out, Blitz comes out. Certain opts to kind of rotate out after the mesh comes out. Now, Vaiiya gonna regroup on the second cash out here. Steppers are gonna step on over. Make some space here, pressure them. Just Angel looking for some back shots. Kip. It's a little bit of damage, but he's okay. Police traded damage. Both heavies taking a little bit of damage, but both teams looking really good. Light 1v1 right now. Both have health. Just Angel's gonna opt to live. It is regen. Kip gets taken out immediately, and unfortunate. Well played by Vaiiya right there. Jumping on both Kip and Unfortunate, taking them out so fast. That was so fast how they died right there. Well played.
Yeah, honestly, I thought the Steppers had the positional advantage. They saw them. They probably should have gotten a little bit of better RPG. But
yeah.
I mean, they just took them out with such gusto, just like you said. So
I would have possibly played a little bit more safer, not necessarily jump in. I would have waited for, because like Vaiiya had to rotate box, right? They had box and they have to rotate out. I would have just rotated with them, but they opted to WP and it didn't work out. We're looking for a pad TP play right here. A little bit of damage by Pike. Angel in trouble. He's 1 bar. 1 shot on Just Angel. He's going to have to play his regen. Kip's mesh just got absolutely obliterated right there, unfortunately. Going for the pad play right here. Being very aggressive. Kip, unfortunately, gets taken out by police. Kip is also most likely going to get taken out right here. He gets a trade, however. Just Angel trying to peel.
Yeah, and that's a 3-piece from Belize. He's going to be feeling himself after that one. Going in such strong. Did you see that max range winch taking out Unfortunate? Now they're going to be looking for that setup. Maybe knocking this point out into the open. So.
Well done on that pad play. They took Angel 1 bar right there, and they just decided to be very aggressive, and it worked out. But well played by Vaiiya right there. Well,
and that's the point that you want to see for that match, but not enough value came out. Sergio getting caught off guard. He's got his hand. He's running away with those group grenades. He doesn't take that much damage, surprisingly, but Unfortunate. Not letting down the chase. He's going after him. Signal running, not getting his reset. He's baiting him right into Police. Police is going to peel right for him. Unfortunate. Now it's Kip going to be backing him up, and it's a 2v2. Police going to go down. Signal, Calf getting the pick on Kip, trading him out, and Unfortunate finally going down after such a big chase, and it looks like
these teams going back and forth. We got a 2-2 situation right here. Game 5. We'll see where it goes. Hey, Vaiiya. Shout out Vaiiya for turning it around right here. They don't want to get swept on a 3. So 2-2, holding it down strong.
Yeah, I mean, these teams going back and forth, back and forth.
Another one. Well played on Team Vaiiya right there. Police showing up on Bernal as always. You know, he showed up the last time he played. I think they were going against Pulsar's team. I think it was the Scallywags. But Police proving Bernal is his map, you know? Maybe it's the B, right? Police, Bernal. I don't know. There's some cooking there. What do you think about Minigun? I don't know. I think Minigun might be a little slept on, but it's also a really difficult weapon to use. You gotta get some skill with it. So I like the Minigun though. Whenever I see it, I'm like, hell yeah, this guy got the Minigun.
And now we're going to be going in Mesh Shield yet again. Kip sticking to his guns. He's been working out thus far, going back and forth. It looks like a dome comes out from Blaze, a winch, and Kip now in the danger zone. Unfortunate, also a little bit in danger. Half HP. Just Angel's not there to heal his team. It's quite difficult to get that positioning.
Turning it around. It's a 2v2 right now.
But Unfortunate
is beaming right now. Caffeinail by himself. He's going to go for an instant res right here. Looking like Just Angel probably going to play res as well. They're going to pad on Just Angel. Get Police. Kip up now. Kip takes out. Good jump on him. Oh, he gets the res on him. That was so close. Kip. If he had a winch there, he doesn't get that res in my opinion, but well played by Vaiiya. Nice try by the Steppers. Almost turning it around right there. Unfortunate. You know, getting a 2-piece, not enough.
We're going to be going in with a gateway play Gonna be moving this box over to B, it looks like. I do like this cash out, although pretty far. I think the smarter choice is going to A, and I do think that's where they're going to be going. Going to get this plug and posture up on metal as a early glitch comes out from Just Angel. Maybe just testing the waters, trying to hit something and see where they are. Clearing out the area as they go back up there. Kip taking the safe route, zipping up and rotating over to that Eastwood building as we see Team Vaiiya sit on this hotel point waiting. They do have a diagonal pad that could be easily shot out. I would be scared. Yeah, Circle, pick that thing up. Now, Kip going all in.
Creating a lot of space for his team, and it's working out. Kip, that was a crazy play on the side of Kip right now. The Steppers have 2 up, gets the beach fit, Caffeinail by himself, and he's gonna get the kill. Bro, I don't know, Kip, that was such a good play, like creating a space for his team to kind of bait the point there.
Yeah,
that was massive.
I do like that play. He pushed in with that mesh shield, really using that mesh shield to his advantage. Like you said, pushing for that space and just allowing his team to fry. Right,
he gets healed by Just Angel, I believe, as well, as that play was happening, and he just he showed up right there on that play.
I mean, if you're Team Vaiiya, you're calling for a glitch, right? You're
exactly.
like, why are we not glitching?
Yeah, exactly. If he gets glitched, if he gets winched, that would have been Joker. Police trying to be aggressive, gets punished right there. Police gets fibbed immediately. However, Kip take out Circle as well. Kip taking out Police. Kip going for a 4-piece. Nah, just unfortunately gets it. Kip almost with a 4-piece right there. And the Steppers will take the first cash out of this match, 5th and final match. I think this dome point is probably the most awkward point in this map to play. Personally, I think it's the most awkward map on this map because of the poke potential on all the buildings, the dome being on high ground. It could be really weird to try to push that point. Try to zip line up there or something, but
it is a little bit unorthodox to defend because as you saw, they had to stay pretty far away from the point,
yeah, exactly,
to defend it. Honestly, I don't think I would have taken that roof. I would have probably taken this Alpha Acta old Eastwood building because then you have a little bit better blind sight if it does drop. Otherwise, you have to just rotate so far.
You also have winch to try to manipulate the cash out as well, so you could also move the boxes itself. This thing's taking a lot of damage. Both lights taking decent amount of damage. They're gonna get their regens. Looking like the Steppers stepping up, gonna get the high ground here. Police still down. It is a 3v2. Police gets the coin back in. Police on the way, gonna peel for his team. Steppers gets the cash box. They're gonna rotate over across. Try to get that aggressive. Trying to cut them off. Now, they're getting kind of Steppers getting sandwiched. Oh, Caffeinail gets taken out on the zipline. Circle peeling for his teammate. Both lights get taken out. Now it's just Heavy's unfortunate beaming with that from Maz. Now the Steppers have numbers advantage. Police trying to get a res at the moment. Kip trying to get the pad up. Look for where they are at right now. Misses the winch. That would have been a big winch. Caffeinail is now in trouble. 1v1 on the Heavy. Heavy 1v1. Police gets taken out, unfortunately.
That whole fight was so spaghetti.
Yeah, Caffeinail was a little aggressive. I mean, I get the idea, right? Try to get ahead of them, but that is just not the positioning you want to be. Taking that zip line as the Steppers are walking over, that was just an easy fry, as we saw, and it kind of made the whole play collapse. Right idea, poor execution. So, the Steppers will get the plug here and get decent defense. Vaiiya spawns in right now at the moment.
Gonna be making their rotation over in this outside alley, taking the safe route as Kip an unfortunate posture up on this elevator high ground. Police maybe looking to set this point up. We see Signal drop that point down. This is a very difficult point. Not only has his roof been blown, he does have a good piece of cover there, though. Honestly, I'll give him props for setting that up.
He's gonna get it.
Lacey in the corner, going to be looking to
RPG.
fight Kip in a 1v1. Takes a big RPG and gets taken out by this Angel. The flip does not come out, but the res flipping back with Police, getting back up on his feet. They still get taken out, unfortunately. And now, B, a minute left, 18 seconds left to respawn for Vaiiya. This is going to be a little bit difficult to push yet again. I like that goose setup. It just did not work out.
Right, yeah, that was, well, valiant effort by Signal, setting up to try to steal there. However, Kip there with the RPG, just completely blowing that play out the water. And now, Vaiiya spawning again. They have one more opportunity to take this game 5. Looking like they're going to be very aggressive here. Cafaneo getting lots of damage on himself. He's going to have to run away and kite and get his regen. Now, Steppers kind of playing close. They're not going to give him the opportunity to try to take like that again. Signal in trouble. Oh, boy, but at least gets taken out. Signal 1 bar. Cafaneo is also half a bar. This is a 2v2 situation. Just Angel gets the kill on Cafaneo. This will be the game, Signal. You're going to have to jump on it. Signal's going to get taken out as well. And the Steppers take game 5. And shout out the Steppers.
Fashion.
Shout out the Steppers. Shout out Vaiiya. They showed up here today. Going all the way to game 5. 2-2. And now the Steppers proving valiant at the end right here on this last map. Want to thank both of these teams for pulling up today and showing out, you know. Shout out the Steppers. Shout out Team Vaiiya.
Well played all around. We're going to be going into another match.
Yeah, like I said, I am excited to see Team Sloth go crazy right here against Retwist.
Now we're going in. We see Retwist getting a great spawn. They're going to get an early tap and the high ground, unfortunately, for Slothy Squad. And they're going to be going in, rotating in. I think they decide maybe a little bit of a name I see in the chat. Team Jaggers. I'm not sure if that's going to be their official name, but it is what it is. So we're going in.
I got them move like Jagger. At the move.
And here we go. Nobody wants to make their advance on this point. Teamos finally dropping down, rotating over this pad with Slothy on heavy. Both teams running that winch, running that meta. Brandy looking for a little bit of an off angle, and Uni is so far away from his team, getting some clean shots over on Slothy. Slothy, you had to drop a dome early. The pressure was just unmatched in Mills at 1 bar. Varian looking for those heals on Slothy, but it's not enough. Uni beaming, taking him out early as Mills finally finds his regen, and Llama getting healed back up. Not going to be enough, though, because he does get that regen to stop. Varian 1 HP. Brandy going to be
T-Mills getting a 2-piece on the side, holding it down right there, knocking out Llama and Brandy. Now Uni trying to get the res right here. I heard the res. I would be very aggressive right here. They want to get these capitalized on these kills right here, or try to get the fib. Uni in trouble, Varian in trouble, Brandy in trouble as well. Uni gets taken on the side by Varian, Brandy by himself, opting for a defib on Llama. Llama gets back on his feet. Now we have T-Mills and Uni versus Llama and Brandy. Brandy getting half out, Varian in trouble as well. We have Brandy taking a lot of damage right there by an RPG. We have all up on Team Slothy, Brandy and Llama. This fight is taking forever. Llama, 1 bar right now. Gonna get taken down. Honestly, slow, awkward start on the side of Team Slothy. Like, they didn't really have too much synergy between the medium and the heavy. However, T-Mills holding it down with the pike, taking out Llama and Brandy. I think that was such a crazy play. Well played.
Yeah, fantastic. We're going to be going in, getting this plug over on Cash Out A. Not set up for the defense, the early defense, but they're going to have a clean rotation into this Vaiiya tower. Going to be making their way over to Billboard. It looks like Uni wants to take this high ground. maybe assuming they're going to be up here, but they're still busy setting up. Brendy taking some early shots, Varian just find Team Retwist, and now rotating away because he does not want to fight a Ken Stab Pike. That 3-tap could take him out relatively easily.
No, exactly. It's looking like Retwist is gonna opt for height. Slothy getting an RPG, no value, not a lot of value. Slothy's in big trouble. He's gonna get healed a little bit. Trying to turn things out. Both heavies get trades. Uni gets a trade on Varian. Teamos by himself gets a defib. Varian is gonna certainly get killed right here. And that will be a retake on the side of Retwist. I'm not exactly too sure what happened. I think Slothy was a bit too aggressive on that pad play. Probably should have waited a little long. Play slow, play time, and just make the other team make a play. What do you think, Soyo?
I think the pad was okay, but if you're going for it, you have to hit your RPG and stay on that high ground. If he did stay on that high ground, he would have been better off, but I think he fell down his own RPG hole.
Yeah, he did.
That looks like it might have happened, but that's the mistake that cost you that fight, unfortunately. Even if you get that RPG value or not, putting yourself in a bad position, not it.
Right. You want to maintain high ground positioning. Varian taking a lot of damage here. He's going to be chilling though. It's looking like they're just going to play the stall game. I like a llama spot right there. That's where I want to be if I'm a heavy. But we have Teemo's going to have to make a play here. Not a lot of time. Going for the flip. Slothy in trouble. Llama's going to go crazy on Teemo's. Brenny taking on Slothy now. Varian by himself gets taken out, and the first cash out goes to Retwist.
Yeah, Retwist looking a little worse for wear at the initial vault fight, but making it up on their clean retake and that sweep right there at the end, defending their cash out. So, I mean, fantastic little comeback I see, and we'll see how they advance into this next vault fight.
No, exactly. Awkward spawn on Slothy's team right there. So that's probably one of the worst spawns you could ask for. But they be very aggressive with a TP play right there, and they're gonna try to get Llama and Brendy. But however, they TP away. They're gonna try to get plug. They're gonna get clean plug here and set up. Uni trying to peel for his team. Teemo taking a lot of damage. Pike is piking on Slothy. We have half Teemos, half Slothy right now. They're in trouble. They're going to have to play their regen and try to recross this position here. Brendy going to get healed up.
Yeah, we're going in an RPG in hand from Slothy. The Pike looking to get some entry damage. Llama takes a little bit of hits, but now going underneath. Going to try and find that reset because you're in the damage disadvantage. And going to maybe make their way up the stairs, but off to go down instead. Probably, perhaps looking for a DMAP play, going to make their way up inside the center of this building, dropping it down. Now they're going to go for a bait. Look, as that SA-12, not going to be able to break that C4. It goes to the glitch instead. Just melee the dang thing. It does 20 damage once it's glitched, buddy. And now it looks like Retwist set up yet again, going to drop that down. Maybe trying to get some damage on the bait, but they weren't even close enough for that. Now, with no C4 on point, Slothy does feel comfortable enough to go for that point and narrowly dodges that winch. Llama taking out Varian with that RPG, and Brendy may get caught off guard here, but they don't commit to the fight because Llama's on that high ground. Playing a slow game, rotating around. Now, going in for that winch, finally finds it, connects, and Brendy falls. And now Teemo needs to get clutch up, unfortunately getting taken out.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate. On the side of Team Slothy, they try to play that. However, they did lose Varian on the side, and that was pretty much the play. Retwist taking game one. Well played by Retwist. 2-0 victory.
Yeah, and that honestly rather convincing. Like I said, came off to a little bit of an unsteady start, but found their footing, made their way over to the objective, and it really held it down, locked down those points surprisingly well.
If we do look at the
And
all right, game 2, Fortune Stadium. This should be a good time. Both teams getting decent spawns here. Actually, Retwist is kind of far here.
yeah, and see, this is what I was talking about when we were talking about Fortune Stadium spawns in 3v3. Such an uneven spawn, very obvious. Like, this is RNG for Team Retwist. Now, like, they're gonna get a free plug if they play their cards right and hold off this team. They're gonna get a free plug over here and reverse gateway, but Varian maybe not gonna get back in time for that gateway. Gonna be rotating over. He does look like they do get it, and now Llama jump padding early over. Sloth looks for that early dome, takes out T-Mills instead. Llama now under some severe pressure. Uni getting some great heals. Slothy, Brendy, both dropping around the same time, and this is Varian. Varian, honestly, a huge demon, a huge problem for this team if he finds Llama, but those heals are resetting him.
Varian by himself right now. He's going to go for a pad on Uni, trying to take that one, try to take him out. Llama jumping in, however, gonna finish him off, and that will be a plug for the side of Retwist right now. Actually, not a bad spot here. The point's not plugged in yet. Slothy's team will have a decent amount of time here to try to work this pipe.
Yeah, and I like Varian's patience there. The point's not plugged in, so you can play patiently, look for an easy pick. He did try an Ego Chow Uni up top as soon as they jump padded, so I do like that play. We're going to be going in with a gateway pad all the way from deep. I do like this play. This is something that I've labbed how relatively recently, so seeing other teams get a little bit more knowledgeable of being able to cross that gap is huge. Varian still sitting behind that corner. I don't think his team knows they're sitting back there as T-Mills and Slothy take this stairway back up. Llama sitting on this high ground. Uni gonna make his way up, regrouping his team as Brendy. Still a little bit split.
Right. We see Slothy's team holding hands directly under point. They gonna play this slow, try to bait Retwist in, try to make them make a play and just capitalize on that play, it looks like. They're gonna opt for a couple shots here. Uni gets away by the skin of his teeth. Uni gonna struggle against the Pike. That Pike is just an absolute light destroyer. D-Mat play comes out. T-Mills takes a lot of damage. Uni takes a lot of damage. Actually, the entire Slothy team is in big trouble. Llama killing T-Mills. That's a critical kill. Getting a double kill on Varian, and now Brendy cleaning house. And now, looking like Retwist will take this point as well.
Yeah, this gateway play with like this waterfall, I don't know what that was. We had teams flying all up from the sky. Uni made his escape and got out. It worked out, but honestly, I think they went a little bit too hard in on Uni. Uni, like one of the better lights to get away from any sort of pressure.
Right.
And fantastic moves from them, but Slothy's gonna go in, look for an ego fight on Llama, not gonna get anything as Llama just backed away. A little bit of goofy fights coming around. Llama should die for this if his team's there to back him up. Not gonna see much of damage. Brendy finally finding that pad all the way over, taking out Varian and Slothy. But I mean, you gotta take out Llama earlier than that.
Yeah, not sure what that play was by Sloth batting over. There was kind of no business going across over there. Maybe just trying to have a little fun here. But Retwist will ultimately get the tap and potentially the plug here because of that.
Yeah, the tap going in. A gateway goes down on the Vault 2. Gonna be able to get that vault.
Slothy's
right
team gets a good spawn, though. Slothy's team does get a good spawn in middle Halto right here. So they're going to have to fight again.
Yeah, they do get a good spawn. Sitting on this high ground, Uni already going to be able to pester them from this Altos tower. Going to be in a great position to slow them down. Gets a pick on Varian. T-Mills also almost getting taken out. He's going to go in on this. Look for that. He should be checking scoreboard. If he checks scoreboard, he shouldn't drop. But maybe he goes to the ego instead.
He's not going to go. He's waiting for the back shots. So much shots going on both sides. T-Mills half health. Sloth, he's gonna get taken out. And we have Llama in trouble, gets taken out. 2v2 situation right now. Brendy looking like it's a 1v1 Uni versus Varian right now. Wow, that was interesting. Honestly, I had no idea that would go this way, but it's looking like Varian getting a res right now. T-Mills gets up, looking like they're trying to grab Slothy as well. Uni going for a res as well. Brent gets Brendy up. Brendy looking for the defib. Gets the defib all up on both teams right now. This is going to come down to the wire. T-Mills team needs to make a decision. They don't have a lot of time. T-Mills getting down to 1 bar. Uni in trouble as well. Both teams, lots of resources to use on both teams. Varian gets taken out by Brendy. Llama taking out Slothy, and Brendy takes out T-Mills. That will be most likely the game. Not a lot of time. They just got to, I mean, the only shot they'll have is just to get right on it. So,
yeah, it's going to have to be a Hail Mary play, just like you said.
Yeah, unlikely Slothy's team comes out on top here. Unfortunate. That fight was forever. It looked like it could have gone either way. However, Retwist comes out on top there. Not the best spawn either. It's not even looking like they'll even get a chance to touch the point. They get a TP on top. They're going to touch it. They're going to dome it. Varian taking out Uni. That could be cool. This could be close. Llama get this. This is it. Wait. They got it. They got it. What'd I say? We're going to a third and final cash out here. Uni getting taken out was a massive pick right there.
Yo,
Llama also taking so much damage. Wow. That was like full court shot. I don't know.
Wow.
Ran it 200 yards for a touchdown. That was incredible plays on Slothy's team. Taking
Somebody
that TP.
Clip that.
Clip that! That was fun.
Honestly, you don't see those a lot
Too
anymore.
often,
Rarely now, especially with teams of this caliber.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, Uni getting taken out was the biggest pick right there. Brendy in trouble.
Brendy running away, and Uni finding his footing over on this staircase. Going to be using that head glitch. T-Mills going to be finding some shots, but Varian getting a great flank, and Llama just sitting there AFK, not sure what they're talking about, or deciding if he just wants to die early and get the reset on his team. Hopefully everything's okay on his end.
Yeah, now looking like Slothy's team is turning things around after that Hail Mary touchdown play right there. Now they're feeling good about themselves. They want to win this game. They're locked.
Yeah, the respawn comes in over by the Haltos building. Gonna have to make their way. Uni TPing his team over, both hitting the wall. Brendy gonna demat in, and Llama going back to that TP and following Brendy. Maybe a little bit too late. Now they're a little bit split. Uni gonna be sitting on this high ground, posturing for some easy damage as we look and see the Jaggers turtle up in this room, waiting for the play to force point, and they're going to easily be able to demat all the way over to D.
C4 comes out. Little bit of damage on Brendy. Brendy's going to go and get out of there. Looking like Brendy's going to get decent back shots on Varian in trouble. Varian's going to get 2 bar. He's going to live. He's got to play his life. Return fire on Brendy. Brendy taking a lot of damage, but H+ infuser. All teams up. All teams full HP at the moment. The cash out is now halftime. Now Brendy in trouble. Varian gets taken out by Uni. Uni, massive play on Uni right there. Can T-Mills get this team back on his feet? T-Mills is going to get taken out by Llama. Oh no, a downward spiral. We have a 2v2 Slothy. Varian, now Varian gets taken out. That is game 2, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, Retwist making their comeback in this game. I mean, losing it, some may say undeservedly, but honestly, that steal was phenomenal, getting the picks early on. But now, securing the dub on this match, and that's going to be 2 in a row from them. It's going to be
Valiant
interesting.
effort, though. Valiant effort on Slothy's team. I hope we clip that second cash out, because that was such a nice play to watch. That's why we do the TNTs here, for those moments like there. However, unfortunately, not able to clutch out the final point, and Retwist takes the game.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see where Sloth Squad makes their approach in this next game, what kind of map they want to play for. Be going in very quick. I know these guys just want to get game after game after game. These are the points. Get scrims, get practice. I mean, get top level play for you. So,
Right. So we are gonna go into a game 3 Fortune Stadium. So hopefully Sis is a lot more consistent for Slothy's team.
yeah, this is their map pick, but I mean, I don't think anyone's afraid of playing or uncomfortable on this map. I think a lot of people have the setups locked down, where people like playing and everything rotation-wise. So we're going to be going in, team-adding Ev up in this green room. This display case of a room, a glitch goes out, and Team L's taking some heavy damage on this head peak. Some great aim, I think, coming out from Uni, but we're going to be going in, sitting in this corner. Maybe Brendy gets some shots, but he takes some big damage for it. Uni finding the other team, and now nobody knows really where to go, because Brendy just got knocked down by Varian in that 1v1. Llama trying to find Varian and look for that trade, but he goes to the res instead.
This, we have Team L's 1 HP right now. Varian gets taken out in the back. It's now looking too good for Slothy's team now, because they are all up on the side of Retwist. Brendy taking a lot of damage. Slothy getting insta-killed right there, and that will be the team fight. The tap goes out, and Retwist will have the initial plug of this match.
Yeah, honestly, once you get that pick, once Sloth Squad gets that pick on Brendy, you need to push. You need to go in there and stop them from getting that res. They basically had a free res right on top of where that fight happened. But look at this spawn. You're gonna spawn really close to
God,
the
spawn.
They're right on top of them, and now a fight's gonna break out. I'm looking for a pad from Mills, but doesn't come out. Slothy would have had a big RPG,
Yeah,
but I think Uni got a great glitch just in the nick of time.
Slothy's in trouble. Uni taxing, as always, taxing Slothy's team. They're gonna have to get their regen. Slothy still too early to bar. Gets his regen stop. Llama gets winched in. Llama, a lot of damage. Uni getting 2 kills. Team L's getting 2 kills. It is a 1v1 situation. However, Uni comes out on top. Double kill on Uni and a double kill on Team L's. That was actually crazy. Not gonna lie, that was fun.
Yeah, that spawn made for a fun fight, going in, making their Hail Mary play. Unfortunately, they did not get a good pad. They just got glitched from Uni. Uni was ready, it seemed like. Boer just reacted pretty well. Great positioning from both teams all around. So
I just
back in.
Shout out that God spawn they got. Like, they should have capitalized on that spawn. However, like you said, I think they should have probably padded when they got up there, but it did not work out. Uni taxing the backline as always. Opting for a TP in, trying not to take a lot of damage here. Now they're walking slowly. They want to try to see if they can jump on point right here. Brendy looking like he has good opportunity to get some shots here. Uni also kind of peeling for Brendy on the side there, kind of holding an off angle. As Slothy's team just holding hands, Varian takes a little bit of damage. Tino's taking so much damage in an RPG play right there. Massive. We have Tino's getting taken out right now. Llama getting taken out. There's trades now. Brendy and Uni will clean up. Massive RPG from Llama right there. So much value. That was it after that. There's nothing you could do about that.
To me, Uni's looking very comfortable fitting in on this team. To me, that's what like the top lights are so good at doing. They're able to fit in and flex for any team that they play on. They know what to do. A lot of lights game plan is very similar, and honestly, I think Uni's playstyle specifically fits in a lot of teams.
The positioning, some of the best positioning in the game we see from Uni. He's able to tax the team and peel for his team at the same time. He's always making sure he has good opportunity to do both. Excuse me.
Yeah, he's
But,
always
yeah.
baiting his team, letting them take the brunt of the damage, and being able to heal them up with that aim, as well as being in the right position at the right times, is a blessing for his team. Sometimes people think they know how Uni plays. Some people do know that they can force the flank out and look for Uni, but it's not looking like Sloth Squad knows how to play against Uni right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, not to take any effort away from Brendy and Llama, they're doing phenomenal.
No, exactly. You saw that massive RPG value from Llama just a second ago. However, lots of damage going out on both teams right now. Varian and Slothy half health. T-Mills takes out Brendy. Llama and Uni take out Mills and Slothy. Now it's just Varian by himself. It's looking like a 1v1 situation. Llama versus Varian. Both opting for the revives right now. They're going to get resets. T-Mills gets picked up. Uni gets picked up. It is a 2v2 situation. Llama looking like he wants to get the res. I can't really tell what's going on. Uni in trouble, however. T-Mills looking to find Llama. He finds Llama. Diffs Llama on the pipe from close range. Now, T-Mills team, aka Slothy's team, is all up at the moment. Slothy's in trouble. Uni trying to tax. Uni staying alive, doing what he does best. Trying to stay alive, get some value. Yeah, playing your life is so valuable in this game. Llama gets picked up. We have all up for both teams. Llama gonna get back with his team. Both teams full up right now. Lot of time on point right here. Retwist has to make a decision to try to capitalize on this point and take the rest of this game. They're going for a flip. Brendy taking a decent amount of damage right here. Gonna get regen. Llama getting insta-killed. Llama down. Now we have Brendy in trouble. Brendy's gonna run around in circles. Not gonna be enough. Uni by himself. He's just gonna kind of play up there and have some fun. Trying to get some picks. Trying to smack somebody on the side right here. Baron trying to get the diff and diffs Uni on the side with the 9-3R.
Yeah, that's gonna even things up. Going into this final cash out, a glimmer of hope comes from the way of Sloth Squad. They've been on the back foot seemingly this entire time, but now this is their opportunity to shine. They have a little bit of momentum going into Vault 3. They do have A, which is a very good position to defend if they are able to go there. D is not as good because you don't have the high ground. It's a little bit more unorthodox. It's a very difficult point to defend unless you winch that out. But Brendy on a Hegless right now. Sloth gonna push aggressively. Gonna not hit that winch. I like that mantle from Brendy, dodging that winch. But Sloth is just shooting him. Brendy looking for a trade. I don't think he wanted to fight Sloth. So now Uni, last one gets taken out. And look at this momentum carry from that last cash out into Vault 3.
Right, like I said, it took a couple games, but now they are locked. They are finding momentum here. They got to cash out. They got a team fight. Now they're going to, I think this is the first time they're going to plug, if I'm thinking about it, right?
I'm not too sure if they got, I think they got that plug last time.
Right. Oh, yeah. True. Yeah, second time.
But in this game, they're going to have a great opportunity. They don't want to play this high ground, surprisingly. They're just going to allow this point to just sit there, play the drop.
Right.
Is that a little
we were just talking about this side of the map on the other teams versus the steppers, and this orange room is probably one of the more difficult points to take because there's so much leg room. There's so many different angles you could take, and looking like Llama's gonna jump on point with Brendy. Gonna opt for flip. Flip does not go out. Baron taking a lot of damage. Sloth gets taken out. T-Mills now in trouble. T-Mills is half out. Varian is in trouble. Lots of damage. And gets a trade on Llama. It's a 2v2 situation right now. This is very doable for Slothy's team. Defib comes out on Llama. Varian in trouble. However, he takes out Uni. It's a 2v2 still. We have Llama getting taken out. T-Mills getting taken out 1v1. And Brendy comes out on top. That came down to the wire. That was so close.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's a little bit of a blunder, though. I think if we saw them take that high ground, you'd have been raining hell upon this team as they look to force the point. Slothy had to put himself out there to get that stop on that steal. It just
overextending and dying. You want to play your life. There was a 2v2 for like an eternity right there, and it's looking like there's no time. I don't think they're gonna get lucky and with a Hail Mary this time around, and looking like a Retwist will take game 3. A lot closer though, man. This game was a lot closer.
Yeah. We still got 2 more games going in.
Right.
It's gonna go back to Retwist map pick. Look, I mean, we saw the momentum kind of shift in that game. I just think a little bit of a misplay happened from Sloth squad not taking a high ground. I just don't know what was going through their minds. It wasn't within a minute left. Turtling up, probably not the best play. You want to get that entry damage, try and dissuade that team from trying to flip, because as soon as they flip, you know exactly where they're going to be. Is a little bit where they're going to be slacking, especially on that last point. I mean, I know I've been talking about that last point so heavily, but honestly, I do think playing that high ground probably would have been the best play. Try and tax your team as they come in.
No, exactly. Now we're heading into good old Bernal. This would be a interesting match, considering Mills being one of the best pikes in the game. Certainly Pike is the gun on this map. However, we know Brendan can hold up just well. Brendan taking a little bit of damage, but gets healed immediately after. Looking like they're just going to offer a poke fight. T-Mills in trouble, but also gets healed. It's looking like both teams kind of resetting, kind of playing their life. T-Mills team playing low ground as Retwist is on ultimate hype. Brendy on a fantastic position right here with the goo on that little tower right there. Just going to look for a little bit of shots and try to tax the team.
Yeah, we're going
to be Sloth being aggressive. Yeah,
trying to get up there, but it's not enough. They're falling just short. Slothy manages to get up there, but too late. Brendy is knowledgeable of their position. He's going to be getting up.
Brendy taking so much damage.
RPG himself and taking down to 1 HP, and that's going to be detrimental to him because Llama takes an easy RPG towards him, but not enough for Llama. He's taken out by Varian and T-Mills.
No, exactly. Uni got taken out on the side right there as well. I believe by Varian. So, well played, Varian, peeling for his team and taking Uni out of that fight.
Yeah, taking the zip all the way up. Where do they want to set this up? They're going to leave it in that gazebo. Honestly, if I were them, a DMAT down to knock that over and DMAT it down. If you're not going to winch it out, DMAT it underneath that platform is going to make it a little bit harder for them to escape, because they're going to have to waste a DMAT on that. But as we talk about this, we're going to see team Retwist and make their way underneath. Brandy taking an aggressive jump pad, a little bit risky of him, takes some big damage, but we're going to see Sloth Squad take this high ground and maintain their composure.
Right, exactly. Brandy taking so much damage right there. Brandy's in big trouble. Llama's in big trouble. Retwist in big trouble. Llama gets taken out right there. Varian is absolutely smacking him with the beam. Brandy getting taken out. He by himself, trying to kill Varian. I'll just try to die or reset right here. He has no option. He will be taken out, and that will be the fight for the side of Slothy.
Yeah, Uni wasting a little bit too much time. Probably should have just inted right on top of that team, or ran away and waited for that coin.
Let's just talk about trying to take this point in general. Over here at the church, it's just a pain all around. So for any team,
yeah, I do think it's a little bit easier for teams to take it once it's in that gazebo. I'm surprised they're not winching it out, because that makes it nearly impossible to even take. But I guess it makes sense because Slothy is on a mesh shield. Haven't seen that mesh shield come out. Gonna winch this over. I do like this play. I've done it many times before. Gonna get some great steal potential from this door frame. Not a good winch enough though. You can definitely get it inside that building from that winch position. But Brendy and Llama taking some big damage. Variant gonna go down as well. And it looks like it's just gonna be Uni on the run, not able to do any work of this cash out.
Yeah, it's looking like Uni just gonna play for coins. If I was him, I would run out of there, try to live, and gets taken out. That's okay. Point's not tapped. They're gonna have another fight on point. afterwards because look how far these cash boxes are. They are actual cross map from this position right here. Looking like 200 meters for both.
Oh, wow. 200-meter hike across the map. I do think this spawn, Varian making the long trek with that gateway all the way over. Uni, Retwist, already going to be posturing up in the center of the map, trying to get ahead of them, but it's a little too late. That gateway from Varian moving his team swiftly over to B.
Yeah, well done by Slothy's team, moving that box as soon as possible. They have a positional advantage right here. Looking like Varian trying to shoot the back line here. Uni and Llama do get their regens. I would just keep running box. I'm not too sure what the play is here. Looking like they want to try to take the fight instead of plug. Varian just playing very aggressive in the front line. Now he's in trouble. Varian 2-bar at the moment. Varian gonna have to live. Team is peeling for him. Varian unfortunately gets taken out. Not the best positioning right there. T-Mills is now gonna get taken out. Now Slothy is in big trouble, and it's looking like Retwist will capitalize on this.
Trying to punch Melee in the box away. Smart move, but honestly, I do think they're shooting bodies for it, honestly. So, very, kind of warranted. But anyways, I do think they probably could have gotten the plug. I think they were ahead of them enough.
I agree. Yeah.
Think they were a little scared.
There
with
was
the speed.
no reason Varian should have been where he was all the way in the front like that. I think he should have dashed the box in and they should have played defense, but miscalculation on the side of Team Slothy, very obvious miscalculation. However, they will clutch up for this point. They are ahead, and they have plenty of time right now to work.
They're going to make their way inside this building, going to go make a surgical play, go from inside out and make their way up on this high ground, add up to this high ground. But this billboard and Goo offering a great headless defense. Look at this setup. Phenomenal. And they're going to have to drop down and buy their time. A C4 comes out, doesn't damage anyone, but a reset from Sloth Squad going to be making their way, escaping away from Uni's wrath. Uni's positioning pretty well, getting away. T-Mills takes that pad yet again. Sloth thinking they have the opportunity to get the high ground, but no, they don't. Sloth's hiding behind that mesh shield, blinded by time. Varian gets the pick on Uni. A little too late. Uni gets defibbed back up, and Varian taken out.
Looking like it will be a Hail Mary play yet again for the Slothy's team right now. They're going to have to be very aggressive to kind of have any opportunity to try to take the rest of this point. They are ahead right now, so if Retwist takes it, they will go to a third cash down. Not the worst position here. However, they still want to win this game, try to win as fast as possible here. So we'll see if they have any kind of opportunity to get on this point. I don't think so, but we will see. Not a lot of time on point here. They're going to have to jump on it almost immediately. And it's looking like they might just give it to them. You guys can have it. You know what? You win. We'll take the positioning advantage instead.
Yeah, we're just going to vie for this center of the map and hope that we get a little bit better of a vault spawn. There is a very, very small chance that does spawn over on Uni, but it does spawn across the map, 160 meters away. And it's gonna be to the backs of Sloth Squad. Retwist taking some big damage. Brendy down to 1 bar, not gonna get those heals from Uni that he needs. He's gonna continue to sit on that head glitch. He knows looking aggressively, gets winched, pulled in a little bit too aggressive. Gonna get that Goo out to escape. Will he make his escape? Because he's being chased by Llama. Llama finally finds that pick. And now Sloth getting chased down by Brendy with that pike. Brendy taking the short end of the stick on that fight, getting taken out. Varian gonna be the last one alive for his team, not able to make anything happen.
Yeah, unfortunate. They opted for the positional advantage after that cash box, and it still did not work in their advantage. Not exactly sure what happened. I think they were kind of split. T-Mills was sitting a little back. He took a lot of damage, and he kind of wasn't there to help his team out. So, unfortunate situation for Slothy's team. However, the point isn't even tapped yet, so it's not like it matters. They do get a decent spawn right here. Actually, Slothy's team opting for high ground. Varian taking a lot of damage by Uni. Wow! hitting him with the beam. T-Mill's now in trouble, gets beamed by Uni. Uni is just popping off right there.
Yeah, Uni is on one today.
He's on one, man. He on something. Man. That's looking like Uni will run the box. Slothy looking for the revive right here on his teammate. Baron trying to tax Brendy in the back line, but it's not going to be enough. Brendy's going to get regen and rotate. So it's looking like they're going to get, Slothy's going to get his teammate up. And it will be one more cash out for this match.
Yeah, we're going to be going in Uni posturing up on this high ground. Going to be going looking for Varian on the flank, but Varian's still on this high glitch. Going to be waiting for his team to regroup with him, because this push can be a little bit difficult. Those zip lines offer some quick access, but they can be deadly for sure.
Precisely. We have Uni and Varian on the side right there. Uni getting it taken out. That was a massive pick right there. Good job on Team Mills. Llama being very aggressive on Team Mills, because they have a lot of damage right now. Q beams comes out. Regen on the side of Slothy's team. Brenny trying to hit them from the back. Not going to work. Gets the defib on Uni. All up on Retwist. Llama in trouble. Llama takes out Team Mills. However, Varian gets the trade on Llama. It is a 2v2 situation. They're going to get the res. Brenny kind of not in the best position right here. Uni and Brenny. It's still doable. It's tough here. They're down there heavy. Slothy's team being very aggressive on Uni. Uni in trouble. Uni's going to have to live. He's going to figure out how to live. He's not going to live. Brendy in trouble. He's by himself. I'm not exactly sure what the play is for Brendy right here. However, we know Slothy's team has got to play and take this point. Brendy going to try to stop Goose Stop, not going out as planned. It gets the Goose Stop. That could be big. That could be big. Now Brendy gets taken out by Varian. That's not good. Llama by himself. That's looking like it will be game 4 right there. Going to Slothy's team. Like we said, they're locked in. They got their flow. The flow is flowing. And looking, now they got a game finally in their favor. Well played by Slothy's team. They are improving.
That's exactly what we just talked about before this game. Seeing that adaptation come out. They've been on the cusp of victory. So close. Multiple games in a row. The first game not looking so hot, but going into game 2, game 3, every game getting better and better. Let's see if they can take this last game from Team Retwist. So if they get
so
this,
many
that would be
kills
huge.
on Varian, top fragging yet again in this lobby. Soul, a map we don't see too often over here on TNT. Honestly, I don't even remember the last time I seen Soul on TNT. If I'm gonna be honest with you guys, but you know, love to see a different map finally, right?
I do like seeing a different map come out. This map not played too much, so we're gonna see these teams maybe a little bit out of their comfort zone. People do play, and I know Lasagna, so on the likes to scrim it a lot. So Uni probably has plenty of practice on this map. Lasagna and
right.
Fine, huge grinders.
No, for sure. I do see that scrim on this map a lot. I think I might have seen them scrimming Team Brick, or actually formerly known as Team Brick, now known as Team Envy on this map. So Tino's taking a lot of damage here, getting taken out by Brenny. That's not good. Llama in trouble. Regen by that Ace Infuser. Variant getting taken out. Now it's now Sloppy by himself. He's gonna opt for res, gets dematted down, gets the res off. Timo's getting Brendy. It's a 2v2.
That pick was huge. Gonna be going in with the goop.
Sloth getting taken out. It's a 2v1 Llama. Oh no, this should be Llama all day. Timo's gonna get away. Timo's gonna demat and get away. Llama gonna get his regen, or his teammate up. Gets Uni up. Now it's a 2v1 situation. Timo's by himself, opting for res as well. Uni's gonna find him. Kills Varian. Kills Timo's immediately after he reses Varian. And now Varian by himself. This is just a ring around the rosy at the moment. However, Retwist finally opts to take the point and plug the point, get positional advantage here, and take advantage of the situation.
The silver lining in that situation is Hospital was not in the game, so. And Billboard, though, still a very tough point to play. Uni on a deadly head glitch, gonna be beaming. Gonna have to use a gateway to get across. Varian should know this, throws a gateway, and gateway is right in, but Llama ready for it. Looking for that big RPG, he does flick his head up right at the wrong moment and misses it. And now they're in. It's gonna be very difficult for them to push this regardless. They're gonna have to try and look for that high ground. Llama looks like he's alone. And Brendy dropping in low ground, looking for the flank coming up right behind them. Will he find anything? He does decide to back away. And this fight looks like it's going to get reset.
Sloth is taking a little damage. He's chilling, though. Uni taking a lot of damage. He's also chilling. Looks like Jaggers are on the billboard right now, commanding high ground position. However, it's not like it matters when you're not on defense, so they are going to have to be aggressive here.
This is a game of kiting. I do like the fact that they just rotated away. It's not on that billboard, so going to be able to make their play over. And they're not going to need to demat this wall. It's already broken open, saving a demat for the rotation.
I like this positioning on the side of Retwist. This is one of my favorite spots to be as well, because you could just pad up top just like they did right there. And now they have a very commanding high ground position. Uni trying to tax the back line. Slothy, half health. He's going to get his regen, though. And now, not a lot of time on point. They're going to have to be aggressive. Varian taking a lot of damage. Brendy taking a lot of damage. Action all around right now. It's going to come down to the wire. Jaggers have to make a play. They have to get a pick. Brendy 2-bar right now. He's going to get his regen. They're going to go for the flip. They're going for the flip. Uni gets taken out. That's massive. Big stall. However, it's not going to be enough for the Jaggers. The Jaggers win the team fight, but they lose the cash out, and they're now going to a second cash out with Retwist having one on the board right now.
Yeah, and honestly, that was a very tough position to be in. They did bait the point early on, which forced Team Retwist to make their approach. I think they were so far away that if they did stick that, and that C4 was placed terribly from Llama, that they would have gotten the flip. And honestly, I don't think they would have taken many casualties, if at all, any. So if they just stuck that, hindsight though.
Right.
Now
Retwist getting positional advantage. They see Hospital is in play. They don't want them to have Hospital. They're going to kind of chill in this hotel area right here and see where the plug decides to go. They want to win this team fight. If Retwist wins this team fight, the game is most certainly over. So very detrimental point right here for the Jaggers right now. Let's see if they can move like Jagger.
Yeah, and Cash Out 2 just sitting there waiting to be plugged. Uni sitting on this high ground, beaming.
Slothy's in trouble. They just decide to leave the point. Brendy's in trouble, gets taken out. Trades on both teams. Varian and Brendy down. 2v2 situation. T-Mills takes out Uni. That's a big pick. Llama takes out Slothy. 1v1. T-Mills versus Llama. Oh no! That's not good.
Llama is going to afford his team, award them the opportunity to plug this into Cash Out B. And this is looking dangerous for the Jaggers, because with this point in control,
I would run C right now. I'd run Charlie.
Really? I think they're going to spawn there.
Right. They don't, though.
Maybe not. No, they don't.
They don't. Oh, they plugged me, though. They're not going to take that chance.
Honestly, you would have been right. They definitely would have spawned in Mall. But
would have been a
gamble. You can take out Varian with such speed.
Uni taking half health right now. It is interesting position Jaggers are in right now, 2v3. They're going to try to grab that res. They get the res up, and now all up. They still have defib in play. That was a hand res right there. So 3v3 situation. Brendy and Uni having convincing positions right here. I love where Uni's at right now. Kind of a bird's eye view. We'll see how the Jaggers decide to play here. They're kind of walking slow up the point, adding the point down. They're going to shoot the C4 off point. They're going to probably go for a bait play right here. Brenny just having a crazy position. Able to watch over the point. Both teams playing slow. Varian in trouble. Gets taken out. That's not good. Uni is in trouble. He's 2-bar, but he's going to live. 2v3 right now on the side of Retwist. Brandy taking a lot of damage. Ape plus infusion goes out. Teemo's in trouble. Teemo's is half health. Teemo's going to be taken out. Brandy Slothy by himself. And that will be the game, unfortunately. Awkward map. Weird map. I blame Saul.
You blame Saul.
Actually, it wasn't even hospital.
It was their map pick.
It was
they
the
did
map
pick it in the end.
And Retwist taking game number 5. That is a 4-1 victory. However, valiant effort by the Jaggers. This is their first time showing up to TNT as a team. So love to see the improvement over time as we did. And we want to thank both of these teams. All of the teams that showed up today. The Steppers, Vaiiya, Jaggers, and Retwist. I want to thank everybody for pulling up, everybody for showing up tonight and watching these incredible matches go down. As we see this final scoreboard of the day, you're looking like, let me see on my screen. Give me 1 second. You're looking like a decent game on this final leaderboard. Kills even across the board, I would say. We have Uni top fragging, doing a really good job. Unfortunate for the side of Jaggers, but they definitely tried their absolute best, and lots of improvements from that team today. Love to see it. Everybody's so incredible individually, right? All of these players, right? We talk about Team Mills, Varian, Sloth, Uni, Brenny, Llama, absolutely demons in the scene right now. So love to see these teams battle it out.
Well played all around. Thank you to all our competitors, Vaiiya, Steppers, Jaggers, Team Retwist, as you said it. We got a new updated website. We got titles, Ape Squad World Title Survival coming at you September 11th, 2025. Stay tuned for that. If you want to sign up, go check out apesquad.org or the links in Pro Hubs or Ape Squad Discord. So check that out. We're going to stay tuned for a raid. Please stay tuned for a raid. And we're going to hit you with the Ape Squad World Title Survival promo. I'm Sonsoyo. I got my co-caster Satan as always.
Stay tuned for the next TNT. Have a good night, everybody. Love you guys.
Have a good night.
Welcome to the jungle and welcome to Ape Squad's new website. We've got tons of new features for you, including up-to-date weapon charts and our official Apes Pro Rank list. If you appreciate what we're doing, consider supporting the squad by checking out our merch and donation pages. We're also proud to reveal our ultra-high resolution, true-to-game, strategic maps. Keep an eye on this as we roll out new interactive features coming soon. Check us out at apesquad.org. We'll see you in the finals.